Yo, what is going on, you furry fan rotoms? Today we're going to be playing some games with NagQuag. This list is still very similar to Ross Cawthon's top 16 list from Denver Regionals. Not a whole ton has changed. I have chosen to add Acrobikes, or Pokégears, cut the Acrobikes, added Pokégears, an additional Nest Ball, so kind of more cards that are more likely to do something for sure, whereas Acrobike can be a little bit iffy on actually the results you're going to get out of it. But besides that, the deck is still pretty much the same. Wishful Baton, Engine, heavy on the Rescue Stretcher. Want to keep all of our important Pokemon in play for Aqua Patch still. So yeah, still very similar to the list that Ross Cawthon took to a top 16 finish at Denver Regionals. Only slightly changed with some of the new cards, or just one of the new cards, just the Pokégears. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into some games, and let's see if it's an improvement or not. Getting into a first game here, we're going first. Gonna open the Onix. See what our opponents got going on their side of the field. I said, let's see what our opponents got going on their side of the field. Oh, I mulliganed twice. Alright, so we're playing up against a Growlithe. That's kind of cool. The Ditto, and I think we'll also search out the Wooper. Yeah. Then we're going to get off that Instruct for 3 and kind of hope for the best on the Instruct, unfortunately. I mean, we at least have something, which is the Instruct. Unfortunately, it is only Instruct. And alright, so not great. Oh man. Alright, so what's going to happen? Gonna go ahead and protect the energy as well, and then pass over to our opponent. The other Wishful Baton will probably be making its way onto the Onix on the next turn. We'll have to wait and see. This matchup, I feel like, is maybe just kind of whoever draws the first prize. They can one-shot as well. They are playing the Arcanine deck. I guess we have the Wailord, which they cannot one-shot eventually. And it looks like they're playing a Jirachi engine, so we can also just start chasing Jirachis. Or not chase Jirachis, we can, like, they put too many low HP basics on their bench. We can just end the game with a, what's it called, move. Wailord-GX maneuver to kind of just one-shot a bunch of stuff. So yeah, should be fine. Should be a fine matchup overall, I think, actually. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. They found the Heat Factory early, which is pretty good for them. We're going to be looking for one of our Viridian Forest now to counter that. Hopefully a draw supporter on this turn. We do have quite a few outs to draw supporters. We have the 12 outs, 4 Pokégear, 4 Cynthia, 4 Lillie. So a decent amount of outs to draw supporters on the turn one. Yeah, hopefully we'll be finding one of the supporters here on this next turn to finally get cruising. Yeah, look to set up just a bunch of Quagsires. Volcanion Prism Star would also be pretty nice to set up. We definitely want to set up that as well. I don't quite remember what Arcanine does. All I know is its second attack does 190. I kind of forget what the first attack does. There we go. They're playing Kiawe as well. All right. And they play Lillie, so that can be our last 2 prizes right there through the counter catcher at the end of the game if we want, actually. So even if we go down a prize, if they get to 1 prize and we're at 2 prizes, we can just look for the counter catcher play on the Lillie at the end of the game. Because it will be a pretty long game, so it should be pretty reasonable for us to, like, build up into that play. Yeah, it'll be pretty reasonable for us to get into that play, so yeah, not too worried about that. There we go. Tails on the Jirachi. Stay sleeping. There's the Volcanion Prism. I think I will put this on the active just in case we do attack this turn, which it is possible. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and attach to the Volc Prism, and then Lillie. It was a little unlikely. Nest Ball. Get ourselves another Whoop guy, and go ahead and put the Wishful Baton on the Volcanion Prism. Could Jet Geyser. I actually think I do want to, because I might want to Jet Geyser again next turn and thin out the hand. The hand is a little cluttered, and we need to find a, what's it called next turn? A Quagsire. So, could also bait them into sending up the Lillie here. They could get scared for the Growlithe. They should definitely send up the Growlithe here. They choose not to. That's fine with me. Yeah. I don't think the Growlithe was in much danger at all, but our opponent was like, well, better safe than sorry, which I agree with to some extent for sure, I guess. Better safe than sorry. And then go with the send up the Lillie. Oh, I had an escape board for it, so yeah. There was no way I was ever knocking out the Lillie, so this actually works out fine, I guess, for them. And they are going to go ahead and hit us with this Grand Flame, it looks like. Attach 2 energy from your discover to one of your bench Pokemon, so they can keep chaining Arcanines with Arcanine. It does only do 120, so if we can ever catch them in an instance where we think they can't one-shot the Volcanion Prism, that would be the best time to use the Volcanion Prism. Would be when we think they can't quite pull off a Heat Tackle for the 190, which might even just be this turn. There's the Grand Flame. So look at the 2 out of the discard pile, put them there. I think we do just send up the Volcanion here. But I guess this opens up to us to draw Aqua Patch as well if we send up the Wooper. So I guess setting up the Wooper is a little bit safer to make sure we can attack this turn. There's a Naganadel. That's great. We definitely want to see one of those as soon as possible. We definitely don't want to Jet Geyser this turn. Stretcher. Gonna go for the Shuffle 3 here. Second Naganadel would be nice to set up eventually. And then Lillie. Alright, so we ended up with the Aqua Patch, so that was close. Aqua Patch. It's a good thing I played for that Aqua Patch play. And then Retreat. Nest Ball, because it thins out of the deck instead. Get a second Naganadel setup would be nice, so we're going to go for that. And I think that's it. I think we're Sauna Blasting. Oh, we should definitely charging up, though. And yeah, Sauna Blast for the knockout here on this Arcanine. Get some damage on those guys on the bench. Not super relevant. Just the knockout on the active is all we care about. There's a Quagsire. Finally, the boy shows his face. Super important, of course, in this deck. It is one of the main guys in the deck. It is called NagQuag for a reason. Nag, the Naganadel, Quag, the Quagsire. Keeping the deck flowing and moving, keeping energy in play, and then allowing us to move it around through the Quag. Yeah, the main guys right there, Nag and Quag. Definitely need those. There's a Reshizard for our opponent. Okay, that's fine with me. Reshizards are pretty much just big Arcanines worth more prizes that we can consistently one-shot as well. So that really is all they are, isn't it? It's just a big... In this deck, it's just a big Arcanine that's worth more prizes. Still easy to one-shot, so... Definitely going to be looking taking down a couple of these. I wouldn't mind. I want to remind our opponent throwing this at us this turn even. We'll see what they have in store though, because they might want to. I mean, maybe they're going to go for to set this up and then double Blaze GX knock out our Volcanion. Well, like I said, doesn't matter to me. I'm down to take it out. Our opponent can throw it up if they want. Take it out, let Quag do his job finally. Now that he showed up, and take that thing down. Stellar Wish, Nest Ball. See if they have any other tricks up their sleeves, or is it just going to be more Arcanines? Oh, it is a Mew. Not super relevant. The spread damage we're doing to the bench wasn't actually that big of a deal. I almost think it would have been fine if they just hadn't gotten that at all. Stretcher here. Looks like they're going to grab an Arcanine. And they might be... We maybe got to the point where they're not going to get the one-shot here. They might have a Welder in hand. They haven't played a supporter yet, I don't think. So we could see the Welder for 1 here out of this 2-card hand. But it could also just be the Grand Flame, set up the Reshizard, which is kind of a perfect scenario for us. We'll see. It looks like it might, yeah, it looks like it is just going to be the Grand Flame for 120. Super unideal turn for our opponent, but it's pretty good for us. Cynthia here. I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball away. Poipole Nest Ball here. Gonna keep the counter, can keep everything else. Get the second Naganadel. I think getting the second Naganadel out and getting all the energy back is a little bit better, a little bit more important than another Quag right now. Keeping the energy in place seems pretty good. Maybe I should have gone for a second Quag. I also could have held it and just not used it. I thought we had more water in our discard pile. But also prepping him just in case he does play a Field Blower is also really nice. So yeah, if we get Field Blowered, we're going to want to be using those charging ups on the next turn as well. So, I don't know. Yeah, doing this right. There's another Quag. Actually, do we just prize all of our Quags? I didn't even check. I probably should have checked that. Don't do as I do, guys. Make sure you check your prizes. I don't check my prizes very often, especially on PTCGO, but you guys should. In real life, I'm way better about it. On PTCGO, I'm not very good about remembering to check my prizes, but that doesn't mean you guys shouldn't be checking your prizes. Remember to check your prizes, folks. It will save you games. Let's see. He did just fire crystals. So yeah, I think the attacker pretty much this turn has to be the Reshizard. Yep, and there's going to be the Welder to it. So they 2-shot a Volcanion Prism, and we're going to be one-shotting this Reshizard for sure here. And I think the game is going to be pretty much about wrapped up. How many energy do we even need at 60 plus 20? 100. So we need 4 on the Quagsire to get the knockout here. There's an Ultra Ball. Yeah, so we're gonna need 4. Ooh, there's gonna be a Let Loose. That doesn't affect how many energy we'll have in play. Maybe they're just digging for more cards. There's nothing really they could disrupt from us that I could think of. Anti-Stellar Wishing before they Let Loose? I don't know about this. Maybe this last Pokemon in their deck that they want to see. That's possible, I guess. Oh no, a weakness policy. Alright, that is unexpected. Looks like we might be two-shotting this Reshizard now instead. Let's see, how many would we need to one-shot it? We would need a lot to get off the one-shot here. So I think we are going to be two-shotting this Reshizard. What the heck, man? The weakness policy. Alright, that'll have to do for me then. Yeah, so it looks like we are going to be two-shotting him then. Which is fine. That's not that big of a deal. I did not expect that. We would need a lot to get the one-shot. I don't think we're getting the one-shot here. 100, 260. I don't even think we can get the one-shot, even if we had all 10 energy in play. So we're just going to go ahead and hit it with a 3 energy Hydro Pump. And then go from there. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, we're going to hit it with a 3 energy Hydro Pump, and then just go from there. Let's see, Viridian Forest. Get rid of the energy. Get an energy. Prize our last energy. That's fine. Quagsire. Attach. I'll instruct for 1. Got 1 in here we can get with the Naganadel, and then Cynthia. They did get the Mew out, so we can't Wailord-GX anymore. Sad, but that's fine. Get rid of Onix and Pokégear. Gonna get ourselves a Wooper. Still have 1 Stretcher left, so 1 Stretcher is prized. Makes his way down, and then don't forget to charging up. Important, because if we do get Field Blowered, we want to be able to get that back. Alright. And Hydro Pump for 120. Could have done a lot more, but there's really no need. Could have done 240 damage, but yeah, a little bit unnecessary to do 240 damage, so we're just getting in there for the 120. We'll hit a little bit harder next turn if our opponent does not move this Reshizard out of the active, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, well, they don't have anything else set up on the bench. I don't even know what else they would possibly move it to. So I'm pretty sure they just kind of have to attack with this Reshizard on the next turn as well. I don't think they really have a choice. Unless they have some kind of crazy play going on. I don't know. Bench another Reshizard. Energy switch, energy switch, energy switch. Oh, I guess they could do a welder to it, but here we see the welder going down and there's nothing else. So like weldering to the Lillie. Yeah, Lillie will be able to knock out a Quagsire of ours on our next turn. That'd be fine. There's the Field Blower I was talking about. There it is. That's what we kind of have to be careful of. Everyone is running Field Blower these days. Yeah, goodbye, Wishful Batons. That's why it's actually important to set up the 2-2 Naganadel. Make sure we can retain the energy after it kind of, or get it back after it kind of leaves play because of those pesky Field Blowers, man. Alright, so yeah, we lose the 3 energy there. Not a big deal. We still get the 1-shot here. And I still think we're in like a fine spot here. We're going to go ahead and Viridian Forest away with Viridian Forest. Alright, rest of the deck looks good. Go ahead, Quag. I will instruct for 1. And then play Cynthia. Okay, looking good. Charging up. We're not going to play the Aqua Patch yet. I guess save it as a bit of a surprise to our opponent, maybe. Just going to chill on that. And so we do need 5 energy, I believe. 100. Yeah, we need to do 160. So here we go. Done. And then Hydro Pump 160. Yeah, 160 is enough. This will get knocked out by the Lillie, but I think we should have enough energy to respond to that with a Hydro Pump again ourselves and knock out the Lillie, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'll be off by a little bit. We'll be able to put 1, 2, 3, 4 energy into play. 4 energy back into play. No, 4 energy will be more than enough. So here would be a good time for our opponent to let loose us, but I don't think they have another let loose. They might. This would be a good time for our opponent to let loose us, though. So this matchup is usually, I mean, this match so far has been pretty good for us. Usually it's a little bit easier, I feel like, but our opponent did catch us a little bit off guard with that weakness policy. Definitely be able to make up a little bit of ground for them, despite being in a pretty tough matchup. They were able to come back just a little bit, pull it back just a little bit with that. Not going to be quite enough, though. Let's see, we're going to be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4 energy into play, 140 at 200 damage. Gonna be able to easily clean up this Lillie here, actually. Let's see, had a lot of Pokégears left. Makes me wonder where they were on the turn 1, man. Where were those at? Alright, charging up. Charging up. Attach. Hit it with the washout. We could get another one with the Stretcher and then Aqua Patch, but we only need 6. Actually, we only needed 5 there. Overkilling a little bit. We're doing Lillie's. We're doing enough damage if Lillie had full health, but it did have that 20 damage on it. So yeah, we're overkilling a little bit. No problem though. We did have Wooper Enterprises there. Well, all right. We take this the first game. Not really a big surprise as we did hit a fire deck, but got a little closer when they whipped out that weakness boss. I did not see that coming at all. First, here in this one, got the Volc Prism start. We're up against Forbidden Oranguru. Go ahead, Jet Geyser, Wishful Baton, attach, Lillie for 5. Don't want to put the Wailord down. I made that mistake recently. Don't put Wailord down unless you are for sure going to be attacking with it on the turn. I made that mistake recently, and I put him down early, and I got fully punished by it. So just don't do it. Not worth it. Apricorn Maker. Oh, okay. So we are playing against the what's it called? The Granbull. So we really want to get an attack off with this Volcanion Prism Star then. Yeah, our main 2 attackers in this matchup are Volcanion Prism Star, or like the big game-changing attackers are Volcanion Prism Star and the Wailord we eventually set up for the Towering Splash. Last time I played this matchup, I actually prized 4 energy, and I wasn't able to Towering Splash for the relevant damage. Or wasn't able to set up for the big Towering Splash, and kind of got rolled over there. Had a rough draw, though, on comboed with that, so it's going to happen. Yeah, so we got to see the Ditto here from our opponent. I wonder if they're playing, if they are playing. Some people are choosing to like cut the Magikarp in Granbull recently. So we'll see if that is what our opponent's doing or if they're staying true to the Granbull ways. I think the Magikarp is still the best way to play the deck. And then you kind of just throw in maybe a couple Reg challenges. I've seen people have been playing it with just Reg challenges. Reg challenge, which does not seem as good. We'll take that Viridian Forest though. Definitely put this thing to use. So yeah, we kind of have to decide. I don't know if I want to Jet Geyser or not. But I'm kind of debating right now. Do I want to Jet Geyser or do I want to leave an Oranguru active? Because if they send up the Ditto, that means they can't get into Magikarp. If they send up the Snubble, they lose the energy. But there's another Snubble, so they would just send up the naked Snubble. So I think we don't want to Jet Geyser anymore for sure. Hopefully the Oranguru just stays trapped for a turn is what we're hoping. I think they would need a pretty decent hand to like get out of that. Yeah. Another fear is the Field Blower. I mean, we need to hit a Aqua Patch anyways to pull off an attack this turn, so we may as well just hide the energy on the bench just in case we don't hit the Aqua Patch, which we do not. I guess now we're 1 turn. No, we're not 1 turn further from being able to attack. Just kind of unfortunate that it's stuck here. Actually, I kind of want. What if they go Guzma this guy up and knock him out? That would be kind of scary. Lose another energy. I think I actually want to wash it out to the active. They would need Switch and Field Blower, which are 2 like 1-ofs usually in the deck. Yeah, so we're attacking a turn slower than we wanted to, but can't do anything about it. Just gonna have to roll with it. See where we go from here. Nest Ball from our opponent. Yeah, didn't find much of a setup either off that, which is kind of a shame. Big thing is that we get an attack off with the Volcanion Prism Star. Oh no, see, there's that Guzma I was talking about. Goodbye, Quagsire. All right, yeah, that's the Guzma I was talking about. That does come up. All right, I should still be fine. I'm not too worried about it. We'll see what our opponent is able to pull off of here. We just need to attack with Volcanion Prism Star, and then eventually attack with Wailord. And we'll sweep their whole bench. We'll sweep off 2 Orangurus and the Magikarp. We'll also like KO a Granbull or 2 in the process of setting this all up. So yeah, that's what our game plan is. It looks like they are going to be able to pull off the attack here for sure. Maybe got a little lucky. I wonder if they play Mew. They probably don't. Probably don't play Mew. Yeah, the one thing now we have to be scared of is, or like worried about, is Field Blower on our Wishful Baton. Because it could make us hard. It could make it hard for us to like kind of reset up and reestablish our board. So we kind of just hope they don't have that too accessibly ready to be able to utilize that and like get down to a 0-card hand. Yeah, it's going to be all out on our Quag. We're going to go ahead and Viridian Forest, get rid of the... We're going to set up the Wooper, Escape Board him, Viridian Forest away, then Naganadel get an energy, Stretcher for 3, and then Lillie for 5. Save the Pokégear for a supporter for the next turn. So go Whoop Guy. We just need basic Pokemon. That's really what we're lacking here. See what our top deck is. It's basic Pokemon. That's pretty cool. Or access to a basic Pokemon. Whatever you want to say. Shuffle 3. Get those boys back in the deck. Gonna need you guys later. Nest Ball. Grab ourselves the Ditto. Versatility. I shouldn't have to be too afraid of Guzma too much anymore. It's not something the Gramble deck can consistently do every single turn. Retreat to the Volk. I guess I should have. No, this works out the way it does. I guess I could have sent this up and then. Yeah. No reason to evolve it yet, actually. Right, Sonoblast. Alright. Did pull off the Sonoblast. Now we're gonna have to look to. We're looking to build up into a GX attack with the Wailord. That is our game plan. Build up into a GX attack with the Wailord. Eventually. That's the eventual game plan. It'll draw us 4 prize cards, knock out all the Orangurus, all the Macargos. We're going to KO a couple Grambles as we go. Maybe they can't even KO this turn. Actually, it's pretty impossible, right? Yeah, they can smooth over truck into an Ultra Ball. So that's definitely not happening. So we'll just see how easy it is for them to pull it off. Ideally, we would like them to use an Ultra Ball here. Because it makes it that much... that many less Ultra Ball in their deck. An Ultra Ball is like the best card in the Gramble deck because it's like what can super easily thin out the hand. Item card for the turn just to thin the hand down to 0. Yep, there's the Ultra Ball. Goodbye. Switch and Diantha, and it'll probably be for gonna go for a second Macargo here. Oh, that makes more sense. You smooth over our Gramble. We'll be doing it again next turn. Makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and have to put these energies on the Ditto. This one's actually tough. Don't really have... This thing only has 30 HP left. How much does that do? Rain Splash does not do quite enough. Thinking about how I want to attack this. I guess I'm going to put them all in the Ditto. I guess we're not going to make this a Naganadel this turn, unfortunately. We'll see what we do here. See what our top deck is. We need more basic Pokemon, man. Alright, nice. Ultra Ball away 2 Pokégear. Gonna get ourselves a Poipole. Turn this into a Quag. And then play Cynthia. Could also play to maybe just keep this thing safe on the bench. Let's see. Aqua Patch. Definitely want a Wishful Baton here. So we could go... How many stretchers do we have left? We have 2 stretchers left. Could go... Ultra Ball away these 2. Get ourselves another Poipole. Struck for 3. We haven't attached yet for turn. Viridian Forest away Pokégear. Get ourselves an energy. Energy to Poipole, and I think we do want to take this knockout with this guy, actually. It doesn't feel great, because we don't have the to combo with it, but I think we kind of just have to take... We do need a combo with some other knockouts, so I think we just kind of have to take this knockout. We have a stretcher to get the guys back. Excuse me. So we should be all good to go from there. Take another knockout here, and then these will be our last 4 prizes. We need to find some Naganadels and... Aqua Patches and Wishful Baton. Wishful Baton is the big one we need on our next turn. They also could just hit us with a Field Blower, so I mean that would just be kind of unfortunate. But yeah, as long as we keep attaching energy every turn, and as long as we keep attaching energy every turn, and also get some Naganadels into play. We need quite a few Naganadels into play. We need to dig for quite a few Naganadels here, actually, I think. This is the turn to hit Naganadels to get enough energy into play to actually pull off the GX attack on... We have 2 or 3 turns to pull it off, but still. I think this is the turn to find the Naganadels. Start getting the energy to play. Got to build up to 8 energy somehow to actually knock out the what's it called. So yeah, this is the turn. This turn is the turn to get Naganadels. I think this is the turn I want to get Naganadels. We're gonna draw quite a few cards here too. We're gonna be able to play out the stretcher, bench the Wooper, see what our top deck is. We can Viridian Forest a card out of the hand to get a Water, Instruct hopefully for 2. See where those cards can go, and then we have the Lillie for hopefully ideally 6. Probably won't get a full 6 off the Lillie, but should be fine. See, evolve to the active. Yeah, so we're getting knocked out here. No problem. Goodbye, Quagsire. See, 3 attach Naganadel. Naganadel. We could actually attack with Wailord this turn if we draw really well. We would need triple Aqua Patch, Naganadel, attach, return. So probably not going to happen, so we're not going to play for it, but I mean, it's technically possible. Go Wooper. Draw for turn is counter catcher, so we could make it awkward for our opponent. But I think just knocking out the active is what I want to do. So that means I actually want to Viridian Forest away the counter catcher, get an energy. Struck for 2 first. So we can for sure knock this thing out. We want a Wishful Baton to combo with that, though. We did not get it. We did get the Naganadels, though, so we can start building up the energy. Can get another Naganadel, getting rid of these 2. We have 1 Aqua Patch left. There's 3 Wishful Batons in the deck. Only a little tilting that we haven't been able to get those at all. We could just go for a knockout here and just try and save the energy on the bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think we just have to go for a knockout here. Wash out. 1, yeah. Really unfortunate we haven't been able to find a single Aqua Patch, man. Just never lucky on that, I guess. Get another prize here. Is the Onix. Onix not super good. We can go ahead and just punch something with the Onix though on this turn. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should just chill on the bench and just look for the GX attack on the following turn though. Maybe that would have been the better way to go. We can load up all the energy on Wailord actually this turn. We could look for Wailord, load up all the energy on it, and then just do the first attack this turn. And then look to go with the other attack on the next turn. I think that's what we're going to play for here now. We're a little bit low on draw supporter, so hopefully we find all that. Can Viridian Forest away this Onix? Why did they not put that on the active? That's interesting. Yeah, we can load up all the energy on the Wailord and then just swing with it. Yeah, interesting that they... What the heck? I'm so confused by that dumbbells placement. Maybe we'll figure out here soon why. Oh, because then I can't Wailord knock it out. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Diantha, that'll get them the Ultra Ball and a... Oh, they need an Energy, Evolution, and... They need a Snubble, and Evolution, and Energy, and to clear out the hand. So it might be a little bit rough for them to pull that all off on this turn. I don't think so, though. Diantha should make it pretty easy. We'll see, though. We'll see what they're able to do here. It seems like it should be pretty easy. They're going Snubble, Granbull there. Snubble's making its way to the bench. Granbull to the active. Still, like I said, still need Energy and to clear out the hand, but... Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, energy they have with Viridian Forest. Okay, yeah. They're going to be able to get this no problem. Energy, Granbull. Don't know what the last card in the hand is, but I think they still have like a Smooth Over plus Instruct, so if they really want to get an Ultra Ball, they could. And that's maybe what they do have here. With this Instruct. Yep. I didn't see them Smooth Over, but I'm pretty sure they did. Second Guzma's gone. That's good to know. They definitely probably can't get around Wailord now. They usually only play 2 Guzma in this deck. So that means Wailord will be sitting in the active for a while, which is nice for us. But we do need to find a Quagsire and the Wailord. So we need to find 2 things. We do have 2 Quagsire in the deck, and a Rescue Stretcher, I believe. And the Wailord I know is in there for sure. So we'll see where this goes. Once again, this would have been way easier if we had just found a Wishful Baton on any of the earlier knockouts. Not lucky sometimes. Alright. So, Viridian Forest away this guy. Don't want to take the energy here. Nest Ball, gonna get ourselves the Wailord. I'll attach to him. And then Instruct for 3. Looking for that Quagsire. Cynthia, Ultra Ball. Got the Ultra Ball. Get the Quag. Charging up. Charging up. Get that treat into Wailord and the wash out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just want to load it all up onto here, I think. And then Super Splash for the knockout. No possible way for them to one-shot this deck. Their deck just does not play a way to do it. Let's get ourselves an Aqua Patch. There they are. Hiding out. Need 2 energy. Currently are just set up to GX attack. Can charging up twice. And then GX attack with the washout. If they do any shenanigans like Guzma, this Quagsire, knock him out. We can look for, send up the Wooper, Aqua Patch, or even attach. I think there's 1 energy left in the deck, which we can for sure get with the Viridian Forest. So we will be able to Towering Splash GX no matter what next turn, no matter what they Guzma knock out. If they don't Guzma knock out anything, we just win the game for sure, as we got the charging up plus the washout. So actually not possible for us to lose the game here anymore. We just win eventually. Yeah, we just win eventually. It's just kind of a matter of time. Just up to our opponent to come up with something. I don't think it exists in the deck. They would need like Lugia GX, DCE counter gain switch, which I don't think they play. Although that would win them the game. If they had that, I'm pretty sure they would win the game at that point for sure. But I don't think it exists. I don't think it exists in their deck. But I'm down to be proven wrong. We'll see what they got coming up here. They did go Palpad, got back 2 Dianthas, I believe, and then Smooth over Instructed. So they should have access to a Diantha here. Yep, there it is. Expecting... Wait, they should be pretty easy for them to clear out the hand, plus attack this turn. They can Diantha for Snubble, Granbull, Viridian Forest for an energy. They still have quite a few of those left in the deck, or they should. And then if they can play down 1 of these cards, they're just good to go. Get the knockout. The only thing that would really stop us here from being able to win the game is if our opponent plays Mew. Interesting that they play the Mr. Mime. But even if they play Mew, what would happen is they would bench Mew, and then we would just knock out the active. Then they'd have to send up something that's not the Granbull, and then we could retreat the Wailord, attack with something else, attack with one of the Quagsires, knock that out, and then we would be able to knock out the last thing with the Quagsire. And they would have to have like a Guzma knockout Wailord on that following turn, which I guess is possible for them to have, but pretty unlikely. So we should have this one pretty much wrapped up, just kind of waiting for our opponent to go through the last few motions of their turn before we take this final triple knockout on these 2 Oranguru and Magcargo. It kind of took us a while to get up to this Towering Splash point, but it's because we just couldn't find Wishful Batons early on. Despite having the 3 left in our deck, we just couldn't find them. So we kept losing a lot of energy and play to kind of keep up, putting on some pressure. Because I didn't want to risk getting Guzma and having something just get knocked out off the bench, but I maybe could have gone for that play and it wouldn't have been that bad. Final smooth over from our opponent. I think they messed up in here at some point because now they need an energy and to put their hand back down to 0. So we'll see if they can get it. I don't know. Yeah, I think they messed up in here at some point for sure. We'll see if they can pull it off. Interesting list. Pokégears and Judge Whistle. Yeah, they definitely messed up in that throughout there at some point. There was definitely some mess up at some point in there. Definitely messed up at some point. Because they should have been able to easily pull off a an all-out here for relevant damage. But it looks like it's going to be an all-out for 30 at this point. Are we down with our Viridian Forest? We are. Oh no, that was there, so we have 1 left actually. But I think we have enough energy anyways. So, Aqua Patch. Struck for 2. Viridian Forest. Attach. Oops. Watch out. And Towering Splash GX for 4 prize cards off the bench. Finally able to set it up and take the knockouts. And we draw our last 3 prize cards here. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video on NagQuag. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to give the video a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links for my Twitch live stream and social medias in the description below. Check all that fun stuff out. Have a good day. Thanks for watching and peace.